Hi everyone, it's Crafty Mom with 3 Sets of Twins. I just want to thank you for coming to my channel and watching me make some crafts. I hope you're having a great day. If you just grab a cup of coffee, maybe some hot tea or iced tea, and just sit back and enjoy. If you would like to subscribe, like, or even make a comment, I would be welcoming to that. So you share with your family and friends. I'd love that too. And let's get started. Okay, I've got this tray from Dollar Tree and I painted it with the Waverly chalk paint. I also got this cute little decal from Dollar Tree and I already cut the pieces out, and it's really simple, quick, easy, and it turned out beautiful. Let me tell you, it really did. I have some friends from the church that sometimes they drop me off food by just to be nice, and I always like to make them something, and this is going to be perfect for them. It really is. So I cut this decal up. I'm actually putting it down, sticking it down on the tray, which again I said I painted it with Waverly chalk paint, probably 2 coats, and the tray came from the party aisle at Dollar Tree. It was one of the clear trays, and I'm just cutting the pieces out and sticking them on. And it pretty much says, do not worry about anything, instead pray about everything. And I think this is perfect for them because they are a very sweet family. And they've always been so kind to me and my children. So I'm very blessed in that center. Now I'm putting the Mod Podge over the whole thing. And I couldn't find my regular Mod Podge, so I'm using, it's called Glitter Mod Podge. So it's got a very tiny bit of glitter in it. So it's not so much that it takes away from it, but just a little tiny bit of glitter. And now I'm taking the little pearls that you get from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to edge that around the plate. It's more like a tray, I think. I originally wanted to do something like a tray on a table with handles, but I didn't have any handles, and I had this decal, and I thought, it's really going to be pretty on this tray. So I was excited to make it. Yeah, I'm just sticking it all the way around. I sort of curve it around the edges. I don't cut it. I just curve it and place it down. But I have to tell you, the very next day on the corners, I could see it pulling up. So I'm going back in with some of the glue, the hot glue gun, and I'm going to put some of that down. You can see how I'm curving it around so I don't have to cut it. And I'm just cutting off that piece. So just around the corners, maybe it's because I didn't cut them. I'm not sure. Okay, I was going to put these flowers, which were the pansies, but I changed my mind. And I just put a pretty bow because the flowers just weren't working, and I didn't want to take away from the decal on the tray because it was so pretty. So I was trying for the flowers, but as I set them there, I was like, no, they really aren't working. Okay, I'm picking out this pretty pink ribbon. I've had this in my stash for a couple of years, so I probably don't make it anymore, but it's very like delicate and pretty, so I figured it went pretty with this tray. So I'm just going to make a 3-loop bow. I usually just make 3 loops and then make a tail for it, tie it around. And I'm going to tie it around the center really tight, and then I'm just going to fluff the bow up. This ribbon is perfect for Easter too. It's got all the pretty purples and yellows and pinks. I'm tying it again in a knot. And then I'm just going to cut the ends, fluff it. I just pull it out and twist it, pull it out and twist it. And now I'm going to glue it down. And there it is. Isn't that pretty? It's simple and just pretty. I think it turned out beautiful. I think they're going to love it too. Okay, I have these 2, it seems like fake wooden plaques from Dollar Tree. And one of them is Love, and the other one is XOXO. And I am going to paint them my favorite color, Caribbean blue. And it's the apple barrel paint. And I'm going to try to get inside the crevices and the little tiny holes. So I'm just going to paint both of them the same color because I'm hoping to have like a porch or maybe a deck and put out like some furniture and use this blue as the accent piece, which I think will be pretty in the summertime. Now I'm painting the XOXO the same color. In another video I painted a heart, which I thought was really pretty. I love this color. I love this color for clothes in the summer. It's so pretty with white outfits. It just reminds me of summer. And summer's coming. It's what, February, almost Valentine's Day. We have snow, and tonight and tomorrow we have an ice storm, so everybody stay home and stay safe. Okay, I'm going to dry it with my heat tool. And I actually only gave these one coat because I like the way the wood grain, I know it's not wood, but the grain of that particular wood that they use shows through, so it makes it look like it's real wood. I mean, they're nice pieces for $1. You can't beat it. But again, I only used one coat, and you can see a little bit of the grain that comes through. I'm going to paint the backs too. Okay, now I'm going to use some of my Waverly Chalk white paint, and I'm just going to brush it through on the blue, pretty much like you would do with a chip brush, because I have this small brush that's all old and wrinkly, and I'm just going to brush it through both of them just to give it more texture, and it makes it really pretty. And if you happen to use too much of the white, you can always go back with some blue over it if you don't like the way it turns out, which it can happen if you get too much paint on it. And see, I'm going back with the blue just so that it doesn't look like blotchy type white splotches on there, because you just want it to sort of just blend in. Okay, now I'm going to try to find some sort of like accents or accessories to put on them, just to give them more of a dimension. I was looking at the pearls, the adhesive pearl wrap that comes from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to cut the strips, and I'm just going to put it on one of the letters. As you can see, I cut it off of the strip, and then I'm going to just press it onto the X, the lowercase x. And these are adhesive, so you could just pull the backing off and you could just press it down over your wood letter. I'm having trouble taking that backing off. As you can see, it's really stuck on there good. And I didn't want to break the pearls apart, so I'm just taking my time with it. It's like, come on, come off, please. There it is. Finally. It's very sticky too. It's sticking to my fingers. Just make sure you press it down real good too. Make sure it's dry. Like your paint's not still wet. And then I'm just going to add a little bit on each side to form the X with the pearls. And you could trim it what doesn't fit. I sort of rounded the corners so it would fit. You would think these little back ends to the pearls would be easier to get off, but they aren't. But the good thing is that means they're really sticky, so that's a good thing. I'm looking for my smaller scissors, which I don't know where they are. There they are. They're my dollar scissors from Dollar Tree. And actually everything came from the Dollar Tree except for my paint. I got that at Walmart's. And I think those little bottles are either 70 or 80 cents. I think they're like 69 or 79 cents. And there you have it. Isn't that cute? I love the way the pearls turned out. It really made for like a really neat little XOXO sign. I was showing it to my daughter, like, look how pretty that is. I love it. Isn't that cute? I loved it. Okay, now I'm going to go on to my love one. And I've already sort of, like, not distressed it, but I've added some white to just give it some more dimension. And I'm going to use these little white flowers that I got at the Dollar Tree and my glue gun. And I'm just going to put it around the O of the love. I sort of already cut them out. Well, actually I had a bunch cut for a different project and I had these left over. So I'm just going to glue them around the O. Just keeping with the Caribbean blue and white colors that I wanted to keep. I'll have to get a couple more. So you just snip them off, glue them on. And look how adorable that is. Is that sweet? That is sweet. Anyway, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And the notification bell you can hit when you want to watch something else. And just stay safe. Bless you too.